I had the chance to sit down with Joe Rogan on the Joe Rogan Experience.
And you give me 3 hours, I'll find out who you are.
My first response when I received the invitation was, why would you want to talk to me? You can't prepare for something like this.
In a 3-hour conversation, you can't really prepare.
Which is why it reveals people for who they really are.
Like, I'll get to who you are. I want to get to who you are. I got to cook you.
So why wouldn't she do that?
Because she didn't want to get cooked. Because it's scary. Because you could fucking bumble it. You could fuck up.
I feel like you want to bring in new things to talk about, but it's more about solidifying what makes you you, or how you've gotten to this point, reminding yourself of the journey you've already been on rather than trying to add to the journey. So it was kind of going back and rewatching certain things, rewatching certain movies, rereading. First is the poem that was in Skyfall, the Tennyson poem. We are not now that strength that in olden days moved heaven and earth. That which we are, we are. One equal temper of heroic hearts, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will. And that will, which is critical thinking, that will to strive, to seek, and to find, and not to yield. We all are built of the same potential, one equal temper of potential, equal temper of steel. That poem taps right into that. So FlexiSpot wanted to do a real behind the scenes video, so we're going to do real behind the scenes. If you're looking for top of the line office chair, this is their new best model, C7 Foam FT. These armrests pivot like that. Let's attach the headrest, but this is very nice. So thank you, FlexiSpot, for sponsoring this video. Memory foam cushioning, I really like. New headrest. Form fits to the back, lower lumbar support, pretty darn easy. So in 2024, this was the top rated standing desk, FlexiSpot E7 standing desk, if you're interested, which is this desk right here. It's extremely stable, durable. It's as though Joe has reached a level where he doesn't need to pretend. And maybe that is just kind of what comes when you do have that ability to not care. It gives you kind of this superpower, but I think the truth is that we all have access to that capacity, that ability. I hope it went okay. I don't know. I would love to hear your thoughts, your comments. The more of the videos I make on this channel, that seems to be the thread. It's one side seems to think that the fabric of reality either does not exist or is malleable. This is how I would put it. Nothing can improve your life more than living in accordance with the fabric of reality, which are like the laws of reality, which goes to the boats analogy that Joe and I were talking about, the boats on the surface being words. And the words are just floating on the surface. They're just the tools that we're trying to use to communicate the elusive intangible. But anyway, so I get out there, I fly out there, get to the hotel, and I had a headache that night. Tried to sleep, it was difficult to sleep. Wake up, food is too pricey getting it delivered to the room, but I need to be on time, so. Breakfast delivered, I splurged a little bit. I need to be able to get to work. There was a driver who came, jumped in the back of this SUV and went. Joe wasn't there yet, Jamie was there. And at that point, you just kind of have to let go, be as present in the moment as possible. I find it best in these moments now to just let go, be present in the moment, and try and allow it to come as it may. It's my biggest takeaway was just how independently thinking and casual he is to be able to do this every day. It requires a lightness of touch because it frees you up to just be, to move, and don't think about who's watching or who cares or who's going to say what. We were talking, it's like, and I was just thinking at any time you could say something and it would be on CNN. That's crazy, but you would never know talking to him. It felt like you were just talking to someone off camera. It was real and so generous of him to even take the time to have me on, because he by no means was gaining anything by having me on there. There are so many people that would get more views or be more worth his time, but he took the time, and it feels like he just did it because he was, for whatever reason, wanted to, genuinely, and that was really, really something. There are not many people like that. Special thank you to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. If you do like the desk or the chair, you can use the codes below in the description to get a special discount. You can get $30 off the C7 Max chair. You can use the code to get $50 off the E7 Plus standing desk. So thank you again to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video.